The Brouwer M1823 is the long-awaited steel version of the popular M1811 grip module for the Sig P320. The M1811 grip module is far and away my favorite polymer grip for the P320, and now it's available in steel, adding significant weight to the pistol. The M1823 provides exactly the same contour. It feels exactly the same in hand. So if you love kind of the profile of the 1811, it gives it to you with steel and this beautiful, beautiful aggressive texture. So we'll talk about that here and compare it to the Sig SXG grip, as you can see here. So heavier guns tend to shoot a little more tamely than polymer framed guns. You can feel a little bit less of the gun jumping around when you're shooting, re-engaging the same target. When you're swinging onto targets, if you've got the muscle to swing the gun, they tend to decelerate a little bit better if you're pinning your ears back and aiming. They're easier to steady on the target and shoot smaller groups with. They are not inherently more accurate, they're just easier to hold steady when aiming at a target. In the past 10 years or so in sport pistol shooting like USPSA, the most popular guns have all been in sort of that 40 ounce to 50 ounce range, and it's for largely those reasons. I know that my personal preference is around 40 ounces for the guns. 40 to 45 ounces seems to be about a sweet spot. So let's just kind of dive in and get it compared to the SXG module. Now, fair warning, this is a loaner sent to me by the guys at Brouwer. No money changed hands or anything like that. I'm going to shoot you straight. I'm going to hit you with some negatives on the grip at the end of the video. So be sure and stick around just for some extra stuff to be aware of. So let's start with the geometry of the grip, because that's a lot of the reason why the Brouwer Solutions grips exist. They wanted to take a P320 and make it feel like a 1911 pistol, not a 2011 pistol, a 1911 pistol, which is awesome because a lot of people, myself included, think that the ergonomics on a 1911 are some of the best in the game, and this grip absolutely nails it. The grip angle is just kind of a little bit different than the P320 grip angle. It's more of a straight mainspring housing sort of angle. But starting with the weight, because that's what a lot of people are going to be keyed into, this actually has the steel magazine well on it as well, and this is all DLC coated steel, which is an amazing weapons finish. In my opinion, it's probably the best weapons finish, and it looks just absolutely stunning with sort of the two-tone slide going on. This is the slide from the P320 X5 SXG, which is where the grip module comes from, and I think it looks just incredible up there. It's kind of like a graphite sort of gray-black, and it looks great sort of almost like a tuxedo finish with the stainless slide. The 1823 is about 2 ounces heavier than the SXG, and it also makes the gun sort of balance a little bit nicer since it moves more of the weight kind of to the rear of the gun. So I kind of prefer the balance of the 1823 over the SXG. The next thing to discuss is the traction of the pistol. While you know that I love G10 grips, absolutely love them, I think these grips are fantastic. This is actually a fantastic finish. If you shoot a lot of 2011s, you'll be no stranger to sort of this micro pocket sort of texture, and they kind of nail the texture. The front and back strap are mega spiky, and so it plants the gun when you put a good squeeze on it front to back in your support hand. And the spikes on the side do a great job of grabbing your support hand and not allowing the gun to break traction with your leathery hand. Now, how spiky, how aggressive is it? If you are somebody who pulls a lot of triggers or works with their hands and you've got leathery hands, then you're going to think it's absolutely perfect. If you're somebody with soft computer hands, then you're probably going to be like, that's kind of aggressive. In which case, a steady dry fire regimen will get you up to speed. But I would say that this grip module is squared away for the kind of 2-day shooting you would find in like a training class, where at the end of the second day, you will be feeling your grip module, but you will not be regretting your grip module or potentially wrapping the grip because it's tearing up your hands, which is kind of the sweet spot. That's exactly where I like my grip texture to be. Now, one thing that is interesting about the 1823 is that it has the polymer framed P320 mag catch design, the triangular mag catch, versus the SXG, which has the circular AXG style of mag release. This is a very nice mag release. This is the Align Tactical. It offsets the button a little bit higher, which makes it easier to get onto, and it keeps it out of the way of your firing grip. But I found that interesting that they stuck to the original, polymer framed grip mag catch. As far as actually shooting them side by side, does this one offer any, significant advantage over this one? No, not really. They shoot roughly the same. I liked the traction just a little bit better to where I can say that I have a preference based around the geometry and the traction on the grip for the Brouwer grip versus the SXG. The SXG is still incredible. It's the best grip for the P320 that's not this one. So let's talk about negatives on the grip module. And really, it's only going to come down to one negative. You're probably looking at this thinking, well, you know, it's a steel grip, but it's got the Align tactical mag catch and it's got that steel mag well. It's probably a pretty fair price, and it is a fair price, but the price on a steel gun grip is very expensive. If you wanted to buy a 2011 steel grip, it's going to be roughly $700. And that's the same ballpark that this is going to fall into, which is an incredible amount of money. And that doesn't include the mag catch or the mag weld that comes on that. That is roughly a $50 or $90 add-on as well. So this is a super duper expensive grip for a P320, and most people aren't going to want to spend gun money to put on their gun. Like, it's just a massive amount of money. Of course, I realize the irony of saying that with the very nice optic that I have mounted on top of the gun. And I thought that was going to be a really salty negative until just the same day I'm recording this, I got an email saying that the SXG grip modules from Sig are now on sale. Do you want to know what these sell for? $800. So steel is very expensive to machine, more expensive than aluminum, and the price reflects that. But at the same time, I can tell you, if you want kind of the best grip for the P320 that'll make it stay planted as you shoot super fast, this is probably one of the best, if not the best, options currently being offered. I'd be very curious to know your thoughts on this grip, so please do let me know in the comments below. And if you want to check out my video on the P320 X5 SXG, you can see that here.